right, so let's move on to our fluency, okay? And our fluency work, we're going to use our book from today, and we're going to also use a passage that you've never read before. So when we talk about fluency, Paul, when we talk about fluency, we're talking about how we read, okay? We talk about expression, which means, do you read like a robot, or are you reading like you would talk to somebody, where your voice goes up and down? It's kind of interesting to listen to. We're talking about accuracy. If you're accurate, that means you're reading what's on the page, okay? You're not making up words that aren't there. And we're talking about rate, which is how quickly you read, okay? And smoothness. Again, we don't want to be a robot. We want to speak smoothly when we read. Okay, so those are the things we're going to work on as we do our fluency. So I'm going to pick a page from our book, and we're going to practice our fluency, okay? All right, Paul. Let's just start right here at the beginning. So I get a turn, we'll read together, and then you get a turn. And we're going to practice all those things I talked about, okay? So I want you to follow with your eyes as I read. I'm going to start right here on robots. Ready? Robots are special machines. Usually, machines need a person to operate them, but robots are programmed to work on their own. Okay, read it with me. Ready? Go. Robots are special machines. Usually, machines need a person to operate them, but robots are programmed to work on their own. Your turn.
Robots are special machines. Usually, machines need a person to operate them, but robots are programmed to work on their own.
Beautiful job. That was beautiful fluency work. Give me 5, Rockstar. Okay, now we're going to read a passage. Okay, this passage is called A Whale of a Tale. And this is something I'm going to time you for a minute when you read it. And we're going to see how many words correct you can read in a minute, okay? You have your copy and I have my copy, and I'm just going to mark anything that tricks you on my copy, okay? So what's our best reading posture? How do we sit? Like that, okay? I want you to follow along with your finger, and I will start the timer when you start your voice.
Whales are very large animals. The blue whale is the biggest animal that has ever lived on Earth. Blue whales are bigger than dinosaurs were. If you could put a blue whale on a scale, it might weigh 150 tons.
Good.
They can be as long as a 9-story building is high. Whales are not for sale. You would not want one as a pet. Whales live in the sea. Blue whales can stay under the water for an hour. Then they come up for air. Blue whales are also the largest animal.
Nice job, kiddo. So animals. So this is 100, so we're going to count backwards. 100, 99, 98, 97, 96, 95, 94, 93, 92 words. And you only had 3 that tricked you. So we're going to subtract those. Okay. So you read 89 words correct per minute. Okay. So Paul, can you remember what some of the things were that you just read? What was the main idea of that passage?
That whales are the biggest animal.
They are the biggest animal. And do you remember how long they can be?
9-story buildings tall.
As long as a 9-story building is high. Excellent. Can you buy a whale?
No.
No, why can't you buy a whale?
Because they live in salt water.
They live in salt water. And do you think there'd be room in someone's house for a whale?
Mm-mm.
No, you'd have to have a special place, huh? So what kind of whales can stay under the water for an hour?
Blue whales.
Blue whales, you're awesome. Okay, so let's record your 89 words correct per minute on our chart. So let's put right here that today's date is the 23rd. Your passage is a level K, and it is, let's see, it's called Whale of a Tale, passage number 1. Your words correct per minute were 89. And your name is Paul. So what I'm going to do, kiddo, is have you go all the way up. You get a color from here, this line here, all the way down to there, just in that column, okay? And this is right here, sweetheart, where that line is. Yep, from there underneath. Okay, you can just bring it all the way down, okay? Beautiful. And you know what, Paul, this is going to be really cool when we get this filled out, because it's going to show us how quickly you're reading, okay? And we have goals that we want to reach when we read these passages, and I'll show you where your goal is, okay? Good coloring. So we'll put this aside. We'll look at your moving on up goal, okay? The moving on up chart's pretty cool. So, you read 89 words correct in a minute on a level K. So, level K, how many words correct a minute are you supposed to read?
68.
So, did you do more than that? Way more than that? Right? So, because we've done that before in a couple of other books, because you've reached that goal, next time when we read, we're going to move up to a level L. Is that pretty awesome? Okay, because you have to do it 3 times, and you have to hit that goal or higher, and you can move on up, and we've done that. So give me 5, Rockstar. We're going to move up. Beautiful job. Okay, let's cross off on our lesson that we have done our fluency work, and we're going to move on to word study. Okay?
Okay.
And then you're done. Good job, kid.